Hi guys, so this is your mini lesson on writing a summary for changing views of Earth. So if you're reading your directions, you're going to write a summary about changing views of Earth. Your summary should be written in paragraph form, so you're not just answering questions. And then you're going to use the no excuses list to double check your work. So you're going to make sure that you're using these grade level writing standards. Okay, so to write your summary, you're going to think, what is the text about? What did you learn? So one thing, let's remove text because the text is called Changing Views of Earth. And when we refer to our reading, we want to make sure that we use the title. Okay, and so when we're talking about what did you learn, one thing that you can think of as you write your summary is what did you learn in each section? That's kind of a good guiding question when you're developing your sentences for your paragraph. So if we were going to start our summary, I would start it with a statement. What is changing views of Earth about? And if you remember through the reading and you watched the first shared discussion video, then what I hope you would have seen or gotten from the discussion is that really all sections of this story is about changing technology. So changing views of Earth, and that title goes in quotations, is about how technology has changed. So this would be a good first sentence because then in your other sentences, you can talk about that different technology and how it has changed. And so we learned a lot about the technology that was used. So technology. And now this isn't a sentence. This is just a helper. If we're talking about all the technology that we read about, so we learned about telescopes. Okay, and telescopes helped to see sky planets better, right? So that was one thing we learned. And because we could see the sky better, you could even put that people learned that the Earth orbited the sun. So that was one of the big things in that first section. Okay, so that was technology. In later sections, we learned about ways scientists learned about weather. And some of those tools that they used were these kites, hot air balloons. This was all stuff that I wrote in that first shared discussion video. And then we know that they used planes and then radio signals. And then in the very end, we learned a lot of things about aeronautics. And I'm going to let you go in and see what were some of those aeronautics. It's in a section. And so this was different models of space. Okay, so this is mostly what it's about, how technology changed. So if you go through each section and you relook and reread, then you can write a sentence about how telescopes changed what people saw and thought, how scientists were able to study weather, how aeronautics impacted what we know about space. And so I'm going to leave it like this, because if you pause the video, then you're going to be able to copy that, right? So some of the other things that when you think of how you're going to start phrasing your sentences, and then never mind what's up there, you can use sentence starters like this. I learned that. I also learned another thing. I learned is, you can say the text explained. You could also, if you wanted to kind of split up your thinking into kind of at first or years later, you can even think of doing things like that. At first, people used, later, scientists used, most recently, scientists used. Okay, so those are some different things. And then, of course, you have that last sentence. These are some examples of what I learned about changing technology. Okay, so you would have, I'm going to go back to this front page. You would have a starting sentence, then you would have some sentences in the middle. That these are some sentence starters, okay? And the information that you're going to use is some of the information you learned. And these are just kind of bullet points and some thinking about what you read, but you definitely can go back and reread some of those sections to further learn about these ideas. And then you end with these are some examples, okay? So a lot going on. I don't know if you can see all of that, but there's that part. And then I do want you to be able to pause and get that part as well. So good luck on your summary. And this same thinking is what you will use when you write your second summary about our second text that we read this week. So you can go ahead and follow the same format. You'll just change out the information. Okay, good luck. Thanks.